Breaking news, Nigerians. Falana gives Tinubu tough tax on live TV. This is getting more interesting. Welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana San has called on President Bola Tinubu to end what he deemed as the shame of bad elections in Nigeria must stop. Falana made this appeal during an interview on Channels TV on Friday. He pointed out that various administrations in Nigeria have established electoral reform committees, but their suggestions have not been put into action. Falana emphasized that the appointment of card-carrying members of political parties or party loyalists or residents, electoral commissioners or national commissioners has complicated INEC capacity to conduct credible elections. He said the commitment to have credible elections in 2027 the commitment to have credible elections in 2027 and the shame of bad elections in Nigeria must stop. And President Tinubu has a duty not only to encourage INEC to conduct good elections, he must also ensure that his promises to have credible elections in Nigeria are kept. As a matter of fact, since 2007, successive regimes in Nigeria, the Yar'Adua regime, the Jonathan regime, and the Buhari regime have all set up electoral reform committees or panels to make recommendations that will assist the government to have credible elections. In the case of President Tinubu, as a leader of ACN, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu set up a committee to campaign for the implementation of the recommendations of the WARS panel, and one of them is that we must have independent umpires. You can't have a card-carrying member of a political party or a loyalist of a party to be a resident electoral commissioner or a national commissioner You complicate for INEC to have credible elections. Falana stressed that judges should not determine the outcome of elections, given that Nigeria has the highest number of election petitions worldwide. He said, "We need to resolve that we are never again going to allow judges to determine or confirm the results of elections. It does not happen anywhere in the world, and that is why I repeatedly challenge my colleagues. Are you aware that we have the largest number of election petitions in the world? This year, we recorded the lowest number of election petitions since 2003. We have 436 petitions in 2019. We had 807 in 2007. The worst elections we have even conducted in Nigeria recorded 1,282 petitions." He said, credible elections are over in Nigeria. Since Buhari, who lost elections severally and cried before he eventually became president, could not bequeath a good election to Nigerians, it is over. It's just a waste of time and money. Tinubu can never, and he will never conduct good election in this country. I have never in my life seen this kind of man everywhere. Everything about him is fraud, using Nigerian money to buy himself to power. How can a thief tell you he will stop his fellow thieves from stealing, and you believe? Sometimes I believe Falana is on high drugs. Falana must stop embarrassing the president and Nigerians. These ROEC were screamed by the senators where we have APC, PDP, Labour Party, SDP, etc. All the Abraham Lincoln grammar you were blowing are relatively non-issue since these senators that confirmed are well equipped with their oversight job. I want to tell you that PDP lawyers are angry how Atiku's lawyers are planning to take their case to appeal court in heaven. Your late Oga was more dynamic and nationalistic. He is not a pawn man. Okay? I don't really understand what it means by that. Well, the truth remains that talking about credible election in Nigeria, that is going to take a very long time. That will take a very long time. Yes. Because I don't know how they are going to do it. And before that should happen, just like what he mentioned here, the electoral system have to be purged. The judiciary have to be purged. And Nigerian judiciary should understand that they are not the one to determine who becomes Nigerians' leaders. Nigerians decide who rule them by their election, by their votes, I meant to say. You understand? When you judge, according to what happened, just what happened recently, you can understand that what happened in the February election is going to have a very bad negative, a very bad one on Nigerians, because most people will not like to come out again to vote. That was the first time Nigerians came out in mass because they want to change the narrative, but they got something different. So the only thing to solve this issue is when the electoral system becomes independent. The judiciary stay on their own. You understand? And the executive will stop intruding. Then by then, you can now understand that these people can really say what they are saying. You understand? It's really very shameful. Because when you look at what happened carefully, all the elections that was conducted by this INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, all of them ended up in the court. So that means a bad job was actually done. You understand? We don't need that. Let Nigerians decide. You understand? If you dey lose, you know say you dey lose, you understand? If people no wan vote for you, you go know. And you dey see am. Let there be transparency. There is no need going to the court. Let the court stop deciding for Nigerians. Let INEC stop deciding for Nigerians. So guys, well, people who have reacted, they have reacted. So I'm dropping it here. What's your take on what Femi Falana have just said to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Kindly share your thoughts below in the comment section. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up